Greetings, Earthlings. Hello and welcome to a little bit of chill time. We'll do about 30 minutes of moving through the body. Shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, so let's start in a seated position. You might want to sit on a blanket, block, whatever you need. Make sure that you can sit comfortably tall through your spine. Your sit bones are balanced. Your shoulders are nice and broad. Beautiful. Just drop your chin into the chest. Roll your right ear to your right shoulder. And we'll dip the chin down through center, go to the left. And we'll just go back and forth. Keeping a fairly moderate pace. We do want to feel the stretch, but we also are aiming to warm up the tissues a bit here. And let's come back to center and bring your head up. Circle your arms around and up on a breath in. Now, as you exhale, we're twisting to the left and cactusing through the arms. So bending the elbows, inhale center. Exhale to the right, same thing. Center and left. Center, inhale. Right exhale. In and out of the nose. So not super fast, but not super slow. Maintain this moderate pace. You're working through the gunky stuff in the upper back, in the shoulders, through the neck. One more. Center and right. Center and down through heart center. Palms stack on the knees. Switch out your legs. And start to draw circles with your ribs around your hips. Whatever direction you start is perfect. Just keep going. I suggest to close your eyes for this and really visualize as if your hips and your rib cage shoulder area, let's say that these are two rectangles, so two big rectangles. And let's say your spine is just a straight line. And now notice the upper rectangle circling around the line and around the lower rectangle. And see if having a really simple visual helps you smooth out the movement. Breath is in and out of the nose. Keep circling. Beautiful. Next time your chest comes forward through center, reverse. Go the other way. Reconnect with that same really kind of crude visual of your body being like rectangles and lines. It's a little easier to visualize these things if you've ever actually taken a drawing class. And if you have not ever taken a drawing class, just maybe just dive in a little bit and see if understanding your anatomy in that way helps to smooth things out on the physical plane of movement. Let's come all the way to stillness. Get nice and tall, drop your shoulders down. Breathe in and out of the nose. Let's take the hands, we're bringing them behind the head, kind of like cup the back of your skull and interlace the fingers. So you can feel the base of your palms hugging the bottom of your skull there, that occipital bone. So I personally like to kind of open up through my pinky fingers and my thumbs to cradle the head even more. So you might like that kind of action here too. But either way, hug the back of your head, draw your elbows in so that they face forward. Now draw your belly in and slide your chest forward as your elbows reach up. So almost, it's like, think about, you're not going to get there, but think about the idea of trying to press your armpits forward, and that will open up the mechanisms that can support this movement. Full breath cycles in and out. Work the elbows up. Think of your armpits going forward. Now on your next exhale, we're rounding the spine. Gaze toward the navel. You're not pulling on your head though. You're using your abdominals to crunch you into this space. On your inhale, pull the chest forward, elbows up, open your armpits. So it's kind of like cat-cow. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open the chest. 3 more times. And be sure you're not pulling on your head here. If you are, you're going to swiftly get pretty uncomfortable in the back of your head and neck, and you might even feel like you're getting a headache in the back of your head. So lighten up on your grip if that's happening to you. Exhale, find a really rounded spine. Good. One more time, open up. And hold here. Keep your chest lifted, gaze upward and reach your fingers up now, away from the back of your head. Palms together, interlace fingers, index knuckles reach up. Cross one thumb over the other and gaze upward as you squeeze your arms straight. Beautiful. So your gaze is just gently upward. Let's pull the arms beside the ears and shift your gaze to be slightly more forward now, so you can relax your head. Feel that work that's lifting you out of your waist. Find that space where you can rise out of yourself. You feel strong. And let's move through some breath of fire here. In and out of the nose, pump your belly. Try to relax your face. Try to keep your arms straight and strong. We're almost there. Breathe in. Lift your pelvic floor up. Send your fingers to the ceiling. Get long. Exhale. Circle the arms out and down. Hands onto the thighs. Roll your shoulders. Beautiful. Let's come into stillness from here. Hands forward, roll over your shins to come into your tabletop pose. Bring the crown onto the ground. Adjust your arms so that your hands are underneath your elbows. And gently just roll on the crown of your head. So rock and roll. You're putting very little weight in your head, and you can control the amount of weight that goes into your head by being aware of your core strength. And now, of course, the goal is not to force yourself to carry a lot of weight on your head. It's actually to keep lightness on toward your skull so that the bulk of your weight is contained in your core. This creates stability in the body and will allow for greater freedom through all these little areas that have likely been holding on to tension for quite some time. Beautiful. Couple more breaths here. And come into stillness. Eventually roll yourself all the way back and come to seated on your shins. Of course, use whatever support you need in order to be in this position. Your heels are opened up just enough so you can fit your sit bones down between them, and you can let the big toes touch. Of course, again, you could sit on your blanket, you could have your bolster between your hips and ankles. Do what feels good. Drop the chin to the chest. Roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Let's come back through center, go to the left side. And come back to center, we'll go to the right. While we're over to the right, extend your left fingertips out to the left. Reach. So get your left arm nice and long. Reach far away from yourself so your left arm is hovering. Then bring your left arm behind your back. Your fingers could even come to the outer right waistline area. You could place your right palm on your left palm and come into prayer on that side, still leaning right ear to right shoulder. Breathe in. Maybe you tilt your chin slightly upward to start to open the left side of the neck and the front of the throat and under the jawline. And then slowly look down toward your left knee, maybe your left shoulder. So your chin comes to the chest, but it's more moving to the left side of your chest. Then we open up and look to the ceiling as if our chin is sliding on a diagonal across a cube. We lower down to the bottom left corner with the chin. Then we look up one smooth line to the top right corner. You got it. One more time. Chin pulls in. And we look up. All the while your right ear stays over to the right shoulder. Beautiful. From here, release your head to center, release your arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's bring chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Right fingers extend out to the right. And we just reach, reach, reach. Reach even further. And let's slide the right arm behind the back. The fingers can come to the outer left side of the hip. Left palm could plant on the right. We hang out here. Start to look up to the ceiling. You'll find a little bit more opening through the front of your throat, or I should say the right side of your neck in toward the front of the throat-ish. But you're not opening the front of your throat per se, it's the side. So your left ear stays toward the left. Now look down to your left knee. Look up to the right. So just think of moving your eyes and let your head naturally follow. Look down to the left knee. Again, look up. And down. Fabulous. Let's go all the way up. Look, open up. And exhale, let's just look forward to release. Come all the way back to center. Hands come forward onto the mat. We shift table. You could kick out the feet a little bit. I know we were sitting on them for a few minutes. Then we'll tuck the toes and lift into down dog just for a couple of breath cycles here. Press into your palms. Feel your hips pull out of your armpits. And we want the hips to pull away to the wall behind us. Anchor in through your index fingers, your thumbs. Breathe all the way in through your nose and out through your nose. Nice and easy. Let's lower the knees down to table and we'll sit back onto the shins. Beautiful. All right, so from here, again, make sure that your hips can sit between your heels. Hands are onto the thighs. We'll be doing some breath in and out of the nose, starting with the left shoulder lifting up on the inhale, and the exhale, the right shoulder comes up. Okay, breath is in and out of the nose. Let's begin. And release that. Breathe in, breathe out. So now we'll do the other side. So we inhale the right shoulder up and we exhale the left shoulder. And remember, the head doesn't move. Everything is relaxed. We just move the shoulders. And of course, we breathe. So let's begin. And release out of that. Bring your fingers to the space, the little pockets just above your collarbones, and very lightly just tap there. Very light taps. And if this seated position becomes uncomfortable for you, by all means, you can change the way that you're seated here or use support with your blanket or bolster or block. And then we'll release from there, make little claws. So just pull your fingers in so that your fingerprints go to your knuckles, your knuckle pads. Your chin tilts gently upward, and just gently, you're not pushing hard. Slide the knuckles down the front of your throat. Again, the goal is not to push hard. This is stimulation for the lymphatic system, and the lymph nodes reside like just under the surface of the skin. So if you go deep, you're gonna miss the whole point of the massage. So keep it really light. Bring your chin to neutral and bring your knuckles just kind of behind your ears and down the sides of your throat now. Good. Now we'll open up the whole palm to come to the back of the neck and just gently drag the hands forward and down. And do that a few times. Beautiful. Continuing to use through the fingertips, we'll come to the center of the forehead and just gently sweep the skin out to the temples and into the skull. So just do that a few times. And again, I know it's tempting to go really deep, but it does miss the point of this massage if you do that. So save it later for when you do your gusha practice. And otherwise, just keep it light. Let your fingers kind of start to come around the eyebrows a bit more. Then we'll go under the eye, so you can sweep your fingers from the bridge of the nose under the cheekbones and out. You can work the direction toward the temples and just use your fingers along these spaces in a way that's smooth and just light enough. Then go down to the outer nose and the outer side of the mouth and just sweep the skin back. Get down to the jaw, sweep the skin back. And now from the jaw, we'll work the skin back and then fingers around the ears, drag the hands down sides in front of the neck. And just do that a couple more times from the jaw and down. And from the jaw and down. Now just from the ears and down. Do the back of the neck and forward and down. The ears again, down. Make your little tiger claws go from the jaw down the front of the throat. One more like that. And just gently tap above the collarbones. Beautiful. Release from there. Hands come forward, table, tuck your toes, downward dog. So that should be a welcome shift for the body. It's a lot to sit in that position. Lift your heels way up, stack them over your toes if you can. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. Lower your knees down, keep your toes tucked here, and sit your hips back onto your heels with your toes tucked. And just hang out for a moment. And while we're hanging out here, just look to the ceiling and look forward. Chin comes down to chest. And do that just 2 more times. Beautiful. From here, let's come neutral with the head. We can come off the toes, maybe tap them out a little bit. Fabulous. Now we'll just turn to sit onto one hip, and we're coming down onto the back. We want the knees bent and the feet on the mat. Reach for your bolster. Lift your hips and slide the bolster underneath the back of your hips. And grab your block. Your shoulder blades are flat. Now just gently let your knees draw inward and bring your block onto your feet. So your feet face the ceiling. Then bring your feet to the ceiling with the block just resting on top. So this is going to force you to keep your legs at an angle that's going to better support the lymphatic system here. It also gives you some feedback so that you can tune in better to the sensations on the feet. And this will help wake up the muscles and, of course, the feet, but also the legs, the hips, the abdomen. Your arms are just relaxed wherever is comfortable here. Your breath moves in and out of the nose. Your body is getting a really lovely refresh through all its systems. So through this short and sweet practice, we have effectively worked in through our lymphatic system. We've stimulated our endocrine system. We've brought our nervous system to a regulated space. And we've even built strength, cleared the mind, improved our cardiovascular function, and many more things in such a short period of time. Nice and easy. Bend in through your knees, move mindfully, reach to grab your block, set your block aside, let your feet come down to the mat, lift your hips away from your bolster, and slide it out to the side, letting your hips come down. Lengthen out through your legs, shift into Shavasana. Letting everything settle in. And remember not to skip Shavasana. This is the integration point. It's where the body gets to really bring all of the spaces that we went through and learn and process what it was. So though we get the immediate benefits, there are still many other aspects that take time to be fully integrated into the workings of the mind and perception. But to skip Shavasana is kind of like the same idea of, when you're just falling asleep and you're just about there, and then some loud noise happens, and now you're in a completely different state and you're very far away from falling asleep. It's the same idea. In order to integrate the benefits, we need to demonstrate to the body that it is sincerely cared for and that it's a safe space to integrate and learn and move forward. Let's inhale, enjoy a lovely long reach and stretch through the body. And on the exhale, drag your heels along the mat, bring your knees in for a hug, and rock side to side. Come all the way to center. Roll yourself up into a seat. Let's bring palms to prayer in front of the heart, sitting tall and noticing how lovely and refreshed you feel. Let's draw a complete breath in to honor ourselves for all that we are, and a full breath out to let go of what no longer serves. Let's do one more breath in of loving gratitude into ourselves, and an exhale of loving gratitude for everyone else. And thanks for our yoga refresher time. Namaste. And I hope you enjoyed our lovely little movement snack for today. We'll see you next time. Much love, everyone. Bye.